If you are looking for how to install Windows 11 step-by-step in 2026, you are in the right place. Whether you are setting up a brand new PC build or performing a clean install on existing computer to make it feel brand new again, I'm going to walk you through the entire process from start to finish. We aren't just doing a normal install. I'm going to show you a pro secret to enable the edition configuration menu. This allows you to manually choose between Windows 11 editions like Home, Professional, or Workstation during the setup, bypassing the version your PC might try to force on you. Most videos skip this part, but today we are doing the right way for maximum performance. We are going to cover creating the bootable USB, configuring your BIOS settings, and correctly formatting your drives so you don't run into any errors. This is the most reliable Windows installation method. Right now, I'm using an HP gaming laptop with an older version of Windows 11. Recently, I started facing some issues, so I decided to perform a clean installation of Windows 11. To get started, you only need two things: a 16 GB or larger USB drive and a way to back up your files. If you are performing a clean install on your current PC, make sure your data is backed up to an external drive first. If this is a brand new PC build, you are already good to go. Since we are performing a clean install of Windows 11, I highly recommend downloading your essential drivers, especially for Wi-Fi, audio, and graphics. Simply visit your laptop or motherboard manufacturer's website to find the latest versions. Once they are downloaded, save them to your external drive. After that's done, you can safely eject the drive and keep it ready for after the installation. Now let's head over to the official Microsoft website to download the Windows 11 ISO image. You can use the standard media creation tool, but for this guide we are using Rufus because it offers much more control over the installation process. Now scroll down to the Download Windows 11 Disk Image section and select the Windows 11 x64 Malta Edition ISO image. This is the version that allows us to choose exactly which edition of Windows we want to install later. The file is very big, so make sure you have a stable internet connection and the download may take some time. While it's running in the background, head over to this link in the description to download the latest version of Rufus. Once both the ISO and Rufus are finished downloading, move them to your desktop or any other folder for easier navigation. It's time to create your Windows 11 bootable USB. First, connect your USB drive to your computer and open Rufus. Then select your drive from the device drop-down menu. If your drive doesn't appear even after connecting to your computer, you may need to format it properly using a tool called SD Formatter. Once formatted, open Rufus and your drive should be recognized. Next, under Boot Selection, choose Disk or ISO image and click Select to import the Windows 11 ISO image we just downloaded. Ensure the image option is set to Standard Windows Installation. For the partition scheme, select GPT and set the target system as UEFI. This is the standard for modern computers. Now keep in mind, if you are trying to install Windows 11 on older legacy BIOS system, I have a separate guide for that video linked in the description. Now keep the format options at the default settings and click Start. Now this will open the Windows customization window and one of the best features of Rufus. Here, you can customize your installer by removing the 4GB RAM, Secure Boot and TPM 2.0 requirements, removing the Microsoft Online account requirement, disabling data collection, and BitLocker automatic device encryption. Now for this build, I'm leaving the TPM bypass unchecked since my system fully supports Windows 11, but you should choose the options that fits your specific needs. Then click OK to begin the process. This will take a few minutes depending on your USB drive speed. Once it says ready, you can quit Rufus and move on to the next step. It's time to fix the bootable USB, and it actually allows you to choose your Windows 11 edition during the installation. If your laptop or PC is permanently activated, Windows often skips the selection screen and forces you into a specific version like Home or Professional. As you can see, by running this command inside terminal, we can check the activation status of the computer. My system is currently running Windows 11 Professional with hardware-based activation. This means the installer will automatically detect that key and hide the option to choose other editions. Also run this second command to see if your license is retail or OEM. Since the key is embedded in the hardware, you won't need to enter a license key during the install. To force the edition menu to appear, open Notepad and type these lines exactly as you can see them on the screen. You can use default or retail, but in most cases, default works perfectly. Now save this file into the sources folder of your Windows 11 bootable USB. Then name the file exactly as ei.cfg and make sure to change the Save As type to All Files. If you don't do this, it will save as a text file and the trick won't work. Double check your USB sources folder and ensure the file type is listed as a CFG file. If it looks correct, you are ready. Now, when you boot your Windows computer from this USB drive, you will finally have the option to select Windows 11 Home, Professional, or Workstation Edition. Now it's time to boot into the BIOS settings using the keyboard shortcut specific to your motherboard. Restart your computer and immediately start pressing your BIOS key. Now mostly, it could be Escape, F2, F9, or Delete. In my case, on this HP gaming laptop, I press the Escape key to open the startup menu and then hit F10 to enter the BIOS settings. Once you are inside the BIOS, look for the boot options and make sure that USB boot is enabled. I'm going to enable Secure Boot and correct the UEFI boot order, which is essential for a proper Windows 11 installation. Now make sure to set your USB flash drive as the primary boot device. This tells the computer to check the USB drive first for an operating system and boot directly from it. Once you have adjusted these settings, save and exit the BIOS. Your system will now restart and boot into the Windows 11 setup from your USB drive. Once you have booted from the USB, you will be greeted by the Windows 11 setup screen. You can start by choosing your language, time, and currency format. Then click Next. Then select your keyboard layout, and I am sticking with the default US keyboard and click Next. For the setup option, select Install Windows 11. To ensure we are doing a completely fresh install, check this option that says I want to delete all files, applications, and settings, then click Next. Now just because we added that edition configuration file earlier, look at that, the menu appears and we can select which Windows 11 edition we want to install. Now this laptop uses hardware-based activation, so Windows will activate automatically once the install is finished, and that's why I wasn't asked for a product key. However, if you do see a screen asking for a key, you can enter now. If you don't have one, just click I don't have a product key to skip this step and activate Windows later. Finally, accept the license terms and conditions. Now you will see a list of all available disks and partitions. Typically, disk 0 is your internal drive where Windows is currently installed, and disk 1 is your USB flash drive. We need to completely erase disk 0 before we begin the installation. You can delete each partition manually, but by using the disk part, which is the cleanest and more professional way to do it. Now go ahead and open Command Prompt, hold Shift plus F10. If the window doesn't appear, press Alt plus Tab to find it. I'm gonna go ahead and increase the font size of the console for better visibility. You can do this by holding Ctrl++ on your keyboard or scrolling with your mouse wheel. Now first type disk part and hit Enter to launch the tool. To select your internal drive, type Select Disk 0 and press Enter. Now make sure you are selecting the right drive and not your USB. Next, type Clean to completely erase this drive. Once it's done, type Convert GPT to set the partition style required for UEFI systems. Now type Exit and close the command prompt. We are back on the disk selection screen. Just go ahead and click on Refresh. You will see that disk 0 is now entirely unallocated free space. Just go ahead and select that free space and click Next. Now the installation will start, which may take some time. As soon as the installation finishes and the system begins to reboot, just go ahead and quickly remove the USB drive. If you don't do this, the computer might boot back into the installer. If that happens, simply force shut down your computer and remove the USB drive and turn your computer back on. Now your system will boot directly into your freshly installed Windows 11. Now you will see the welcome screen. Just go ahead and choose your country or region, then select your keyboard layout, then look for the option that says I don't have internet. By selecting this allows you to skip the Microsoft account login and avoid those extra privacy setup questions. This lets you create a local user account and takes you straight back to the desktop. Once you are inside Windows 11, you might notice things like Wi-Fi or screen brightness aren't working, especially on laptops. This is where those drivers we saved earlier comes into the picture. I'm going to install the Wi-Fi and chipset drivers manually from my external drive. As you can see, once the driver is installed, the Wi-Fi works properly. For those with gaming laptops, remember that your iGPU usually handles brightness while your NVIDIA or AMD GPU handles heavy lifting. I'm going to install the official software to make sure the brightness controls and gaming performance are fully optimized. Finally, don't forget to run Windows updates. Go to Settings, Windows Updates, and check for any updates to grab the latest security patches. Then restart your system and you're good to go. And that's how you properly perform a clean install of Windows 11 step by step in 2026. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. If this video helped you, hit that like button and subscribe to see more content. Thank you so much for watching. This is been KS Kirayo. I will see you in the next one.